Dwayne Johnson. So, DJ over here, there was a report that came out. I didn't talk about it, but there was a report that came out not too long ago that for the Santa Claus movie that he's in for Netflix, which I guess is coming out, at the end of this year? There was a report that came out that he received $50 million for the role. So naturally, with everything that's happening when it comes to Hollywood, with the strikes and the fact that these actors aren't getting paid what they should be getting paid and all this stuff, you got all these top tier actors that are making just a cajillion freaking dollars. So when that report came out, which was misleading, by the way, because it wasn't like Netflix said, hey, here's $50 million. Enjoy it. He got paid a salary, but then there was I don't know if it was like residuals or basically incentives that were going to be tacked on to his salary. So when the trades got around to getting this information, they basically were like, oh yeah, he could potentially get $50 million for this role. Probably him and his crew with everything that's happening. They're like, hey, we got to do something because it's not right. And here it is right here. Dwayne Johnson makes makes a historic donation to the SAG-AFTRA Foundation Relief Fund. It's the largest single donation that we've ever received from one individual at one time. And what is amazing is that one check is going to help thousands of actors keep food on their table and keep their kids safe and keep their cars running. So good on Dwayne Johnson. I know I'm not trying to throw shade, but yeah, it's a little bit, you got that report that happened. I'm just saying that, yeah, the report did not help. But Dwayne Johnson, I'm glad that he actually took this upon himself to be like, hey, there's a fund. I'm gonna donate all this right here. And this is what Variety was actually posting right here. Dwayne Johnson contributes a historic. Yeah, so let's see. They don't actually say what he gave, but on July 13th, of course, the leadership declared union to go on strike. Talking about that, we rely on donations and grants to provide services. We have been very fortunate that we raised enough money to be able to cover all of our programs. So at least that's happening. But when we hit a crisis like this and we're going to spend millions and millions of dollars in financial assistance, this is when we need our high-profile talent who can afford it, who are in a situation to help others. Shortly after sending the letter, Dwayne Johnson's team reached out to say he wanted to help, so he and Vance hopped on a phone call. It was a love fest. It's like, man, you're stepping up in a way that is allowing others to know the dire necessity of it. So this is what Vance said right here when he had a phone call with Dwayne Johnson. This is him saying, in such a time as this, I'm here and I'm not going anywhere. Whatever you need me to do. So big, huge message right there. So that's good. We're not going to read everything right there, of course, but that's really good right there. Good on Dwayne Johnson.